Ralph Simmons, all kind of crazy colors, living colors. Left wrist, roll it, ice. Mason Margiela, my sweater. Mama told me never settle. Ralph Simmons, don't lace him. Got your wanna.
Huh? Wait, don't wanna talk about the paper. I swear they got these be haters.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got a pair of running backs. We're hoping their number will be called plenty in today's game. It's Ivory's Eagles going up against Barton's Chargers.
Okay, Larry, we are a little less than 20 miles from downtown Los Angeles at the StubHub Center in Carson. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down, here's Cousins. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick-6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chargers getting set to go. Now the rookie from Clemson, this is Wayne Gallman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. They'll run again here with Gallman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting that field to make plays in the backfield.
Now Cousins. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got a man, it's the rookie Curtis Samuel. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the rookie first rounder from LSU, it's Leonard Fournette. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Fournette, a first down carry. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's Chris Ivory with his first carry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense is just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
Tannehill on first down. Trying to get it to LaFell, but it's intercepted. Picked off return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They start on the ground with Gallman. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him 3. On first down, it'll set up a 2nd and 7. Seven yards to go on second down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Going right side here, and that's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this one's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Play action. It's Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. third down, Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Now a man who made his NFL debut late last year, Matt Wild, to punt it away, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a second straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
The drive begins with a handoff to Gallman. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. And really the offensive line not helping him much. Second down, Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Obi Melifonwu, the rookie out of UConn. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Tannehill. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And some space here. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. This is Gallman. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On the ground, it's Gallman again. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Cousins on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Cameron Wake in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Here's Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. A good pickup there, a 22.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brian Orakpo coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Off play action, Tannehill. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Third and 2, Tannehill. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
This is fielded at the 7. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Chargers. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that'll help him at contract. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. It's up and good, and the lead moves to 15-10. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Here's Gallman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Cousins on first down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his 2nd there.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got him in. It's Williams. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. From the red zone now, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Cousins again. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Cousins. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They begin with a run by Fournette. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Again, it's Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taking it about the 36. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Cousins. Caught left side, Williams. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Gallman will run it. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now Gallman. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, Cousins. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Shaquille Riddick coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the third quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On first down, Tannehill. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Tannehill on first down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fournette fighting through. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A fumble lost last week. Now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford them. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
As you know, he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Following a fumble recovery, Tannehill escaping the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Green. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if, while the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's Samuel, caught left side. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got... The 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. And here we go on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Ball spotted at the 4. It's 2nd and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. 3rd and goal for Cousins. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Green's got it over the middle. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Defense showing blitz. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 45 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll run with Fournette. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Fournette on the counter. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Tannehill. A quick hitter complete. It's Patrick. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch right down the pipe, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
And he didn't leave much doubt there, did he? Good snap, good hold, and that one was dead center.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He dumps it off to Drake. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Cousins now from the 50. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And caught left side, Olsen. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Six yards to go here on 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from NC State, Josh Jones. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And here the hook up good to Victor Cruz. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. He's back to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Now they burn the timeout, and they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. Fresh set of downs here. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Now 1 more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Philadelphia, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.